Merry Christmas, sir.
Bah! Christmas. Humbug.
Sorry, sir.
Bah!
Ebenezer Scrooge. Did he know that Marley was dead? Of course he did. They had been business partners for I don't know how many years. The firm was known as Scrooge and Marley. Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There stood the sign, years afterwards, above the counting house door.
Mr. Cratchit, so I catch you with that coal shovel in your hand once again. I predict it will be necessary for you and I to part company and you to seek employment elsewhere.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. It won't happen again, sir.
Oh, he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, that old Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, clutching, covetous old sinner. He carried his own low temperature with him everywhere he went. He iced his office in the summer, and didn't thaw at 1 degree at Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Uncle! God save you! Bah! Humbug. Christmas a humbug, Uncle? I hope that meant as a joke. Well, it's not. Come, what is it you want? Don't waste all day, nephew. I only wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, Uncle. Don't be cross. What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools? Merry Christmas. Out with Merry Christmas. What's Christmas to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older, but not an hour richer. If I could work my will, every foolish person who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. Uncle! Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way, and let me keep him in mine. But you don't keep it. Then leave it alone. Much good it may do you. Much good it has ever done to you. Well, there are many things from which I have benefited, even if they didn't show a profit, I dare say, Christmas being one. And though it has never been a scrap of gold in my pocket, I believe it has done me good, and will do me good, and I shall God bless it.
Hear, hear!
Let me hear another sound from you, and you'll keep Christmas by losing your job. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder if you'll go into politics. Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow. I'll dine alone, thank you. But why? Why? Why did you get married? Why? Because I fell in love with a wonderful girl. And with solitude. Good afternoon. Nay, Uncle, you never came to see me before I was married. Why give it as a reason for not coming now? Good afternoon. I'm sorry with all my heart to find you so determined, but I made the attempt to respect Christmas, and I'll keep that good spirit to the last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle. Good afternoon. And a Happy New Year. Good afternoon. Merry Christmas, Mr. Cratchit.
Oh, and to you, sir. Merry Christmas.
There's another lunatic. My clerk with 15 shillings a week, a wife and children, talking about Christmas. I'll be tired of bedlam.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead for these 7 years. He died 7 years ago. This very night. What is it you want?
I have no doubt Mr. Marley's generosity is the same as yours. Here, sir, my card.
Generosity? What is it you want?
At this festive time of year...
It's winter and cold.
Yes, it is, and the more reason for our visit. At this time of year, it is more than usually desirable to make some slight provision for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly from the cold. Many thousands are in want of common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Many, sir.
And the workhouse? Is it still operational?
It is. I wish could say it was not.
The poor law is still in full vogue.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. From what you said, I was afraid someone had stopped its operation.
Well, they scarcely furnish Christian cheer of mind and body to the poor. A few of us are endeavoring to raise funds to buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. We chose this time because it is the time of all others when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. What shall we put you down for, sir?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to remain to be left alone. I don't want to make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. But I help support the poorhouse and the prisons. They cost enough. And those who are poorly off must go there.
Many can't go there. Many would surely die.
If they would rather die, they'd better do it and decease the surplus population. Besides, it's not any of my business.
You might make it your business.
It is enough for one man to understand his own business, not to interfere with people's lives. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. No prisons, no workhouses. Then they had better die. So as to decrease the surplus population. Out! Out! Be off with you! Humbug! Humbug! Humbug!
It's time, sir.
Oh, very well, very well. You may go. You'll want all day or tomorrow off, I suppose.
If it's convenient, sir.
It's not convenient and it's not fair. If I was to hold back half a crown from your wages, you'd think yourself ill-used. And yet, you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It's only once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. I suppose you must have the whole day. Well, be here all the earlier the next morning.
Indeed, sir. Indeed I will.
Then off. Off.
Yes, sir. And Merry Christmas, sir.
Bah.
Father!
Oh, my dear daughter.
Father, I've been waiting for you.
Let's go by Corn Hill and watch the children play. Someday you'll be able to play with them.
I feel that I'm getting stronger every day.
And do you remember what tomorrow is?
Christmas Day!
And I have the whole day off to celebrate with my family.
Hurrah for Christmas!
Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern, and having read all the newspapers, was enthralled by his band book for the rest of the evening. Then he went home to bed. He lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner, Jacob Marley. They were a gloomy suite of rooms, old enough now, and dreary enough, for nobody lived in them but Scrooge. Now it is a fact that had not thought about Marley at all since the mention of him earlier that afternoon. Marley's face. It was Marley's face, not a door knocker, but Marley's face. And then, as Scrooge stared fixedly at this phenomenon, it was a door knocker again. Bah! Pooh, pooh. It's humbug still. I won't believe this. What do you want of me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
And who were you then?
In life, I was your partner. Jennifer Marley.
She's dead.
7 years this night, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Why do you come here?
I must. It is commanded me. I must wander the world and see what I can no longer share. What I would not share when I was walked where you do.
and wandered thus.
The chains? Look at it, Ebenezer. Study it. Links I forged each day when I sat in these rooms. Greed, Ebenezer Scrooge. Wealth. Feel them. Know them. Your chain was this heavy 7 years ago. Yours is a ponderous chain.
Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer Marley. Speak comfort to me, Jennifer.
I have none to give, Ebenezer Scrooge. I know not how you see me this night. I did not ask it. I am commanded to bring you a chance, Ebenezer. Take heed so that you hope of escaping my fate.
I will. Thank you. You're always a good friend to me, Jennifer.
You will be visited by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope that you mentioned?
It is?
I think I'd rather not.
Then you will walk where I do, burdened by your riches, your greed. Except the first tomorrow when the bell tones 1.
Would I take them all at once, Jennifer, and have it over with?
Expect the second on the next night, at the same hour. The third upon the next night, when the last stroke of 12 has ended.
But Jennifer...
You will see me no more, and for your own sake, remember what has passed between us.
Humbug. Humbug it all.
And on this night, Ebenezer Scrooge slept soundfully in his bed until the church bell chimed 1.